Hello everybody, my name is Luke Mar and this is Haute Mode, and today on Haute Mode we are talking about Margiela's Spring 2018 Artisinal show, otherwise known as the Haute Couture of Margiela. I'm very excited to talk about this because I think it is one of the better couture shows that goes on throughout the whole week, if not like the one thing that I think a lot of people look forward to. Before we get into the actual video, if you guys are looking to hear any of my opinions on anything that goes on in the industry, I always talk about everything on my Instagram. So if you're looking to hear my thoughts on any debacles, any craziness that are going on with the designers, any craziness that is just going on in the industry in general, you can always find me at Haute Mode because you know I'm going to spill the tea on whatever is going on. But now let's get into the actual review of the show. It will be extremely difficult to convey the genius of John Galliano's Margiela Spring 2018 Haute Couture show. The show itself isn't even called Haute Couture but artisanal, and proves its worth as a creation of an artist. Calling Galliano an artist will be controversial, I know, but frankly, madam, I don't give a fuck. The show was overall very small, only a few people were invited, there was a front row, and that was about it. The show combined a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new from Galliano's time as a designer. Trench coats, fabric sealed away behind plastic, and the shower caps you wish you owned were presented as his usual Margiela staples. And we even got to see some chinoiserie prints, a favorite of Galliano from his Dior days. But the fabric he developed for the show not only was new, but put forth the future of couture in Galliano's mind. As the models skulked down the runway, trench coats and piping appeared black. But as flashes of light hit the multiple pieces, they changed into a rainbow of iridescence for a split second. The idea of Instagram and the virtual world is something that fascinated Galliano since his quiet return to fashion, and the split-second flash that could change the whole appearance of a dress is his way of conveying it. The artisanal collection was quite relaxed as well. No stuffy dresses or heels like you saw at Dior or Chanel, but sneakers and slip dresses, accessible garments to people globally, transformed by Galliano's maniacal mind. Pleated dresses transformed into parkas as if that was always how they were made, and leather and plastic bustiers reminisced about the olden days of couture from their new, transparent perches. Another interesting piece to the puzzle of the collection is the use of 3D printing. Following the men's show, where Galliano showed a similar knit in orange, we saw a green knit coat. It was heavy, heavier than a normal knit, and that's because it was knit rubber. Using 3D printing to create garments is something that Galliano has begun to explore. And unless you actually got to feel the fabric, there's no way you would have been able to tell that it wasn't actually a knit, but rubber. Using 3D printing to create garments is something only couturier and godsend Iris van Herpen has explored. Could 3D printing become a new couture skill? While we don't get the grandeur of Galliano's Dior days, we do get to find a new woman that Galliano has created in the couture world. She is not this stuffy old lady, but she's young and new and cares and tries all these different things. She really works with what couture could be. Unfortunately, in an industry that is still clutching to magazines and haute couture for dear life, Galliano gives a voice to the new set of couturiers, if you can even call them that. The name artisanal just takes away the whole idea of couture and its stuffiness and its oldness and its tradition and kind of throws it out the window. And honestly, I'm not really opposed to it. The clothing does not represent the new generation. And while it worked for people like Lucien Long and Christian Dior, it doesn't work now. It's too expensive, it's so hard to get a hold of. I don't even know how many people actually can become clients of couture houses anymore, and brands just totally lose money. It's essentially a marketing stunt, and I don't hate it for that, but I also don't think that we now should be held to these strict standards of what couture could be. And this collection perfectly brings up the question, do we need couture in these modern times? Is it a wasteful practice, or does it need to be advanced and evolved to represent something else? A new clientele? A new digital world? A new industry, maybe? Overall, I love the collection, and I'm happy that Galliano is back because he does pave the way for new young designers to actually express themselves in a way that I don't think they ever were before. Ronald Vanderkemp, who is a couture designer, has a couple of quotes in a recent BOF article that I feel like really expresses how we're all feeling. People are looking for opportunity, and fashion is letting them down. When you've seen one girl at a fashion show, you might as well leave. You've seen it all. That's why they do all these big sets, all this other stuff, to distract from the clothes. It's about who screams the hardest. That's how Trump got elected. Brands make too much noise. People are waiting for the opposite. The whisper, not the scream. But you can see something happening. Thank God for diversity with the models. People want that. You can see them responding. And I think it's so true. Galliano's collection is a whisper, but it's the different, it's the little thing that we crave, and we get it, and I'm so happy that we do. Please let me know what you guys think of this collection in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video, and TTYL.